For more from the Detroit Auto Show, we are joined now by IHS Global Insight Analyst Aaron Bragman. Hey, Aaron. So you've been to a lot of these, I imagine, throughout your career. What this year, if anything's impressing you the most?
Well, it's really interesting because this year we seem to be returning to cars. This really does seem to be the year of the American automobile, but it's not an American automobile like we've seen before. These are smaller vehicles, very fuel efficient, very high tech, and they're engineered around the world. The new Ford Focus that was just introduced this morning is truly a global vehicle. 90% of the parts for the Focus are shared by Focus vehicles all over the world. So it's going to be really, I think, an interesting renaissance.
Alan Mulally, obviously biased, says that Ford's current lineup is the finest in the world. You agree with him?
It's certainly up there, especially when we see some of the new stuff that's coming. The new Focus that was introduced this morning, really fantastic. Quite a leap beyond where the current Focus has been in North America. I think customers are going to be pretty surprised at exactly how good the new vehicle is.
On GM, how do some of their new products look, some of these new vehicles? And what is your thought on whether or not GM's finally going to turn a profit this year? 2009, rather.
It's certainly possible. Yeah, for 2009, 2010, the profitability situation at GM and Chrysler is a little bit different because they went through bankruptcy. So a lot of their cost, a lot of their debt has been dramatically reduced. And so it's not quite as difficult, frankly, for them to turn a profit at lower volumes that we're seeing for 2009 and for 2010. So it certainly is possible. The lineup that GM has is also the best that it's ever had in decades, basically. And so we're seeing really a resurgence.
Tell me about that GM lineup. You've got the GMC Granite concept car, the 2011 Acadia Denali. Any of these stand out to you as real winners?
They do. The Granite is an interesting concept. It's a small crossover, but what we're really looking at is very interesting is the new Buick Regal. It's a historical name, but a completely new vehicle. It's actually an Opel based off of a European vehicle that's won a number of awards in Europe. It's unlike any Buick that's really come before it. It's very modern. It has, you can get a performance version that's coming with a manual transmission, all kinds of unusual things for Buick that are really trying to reinvent the brand.
So are these models going to resonate, do you think, with the Chinese market where the automakers are seeing the fastest market share growth?
The Chinese market really is the place for growth right now. All the developed markets in the world are still kind of stagnant. They're still kind of recovering. And any growth in these markets, whether it's the United States or whether it's Europe, comes at the expense of one automaker growing at the another one's expense. When we look at China, it's still a positive sum growth market. You can get a lot of automakers all getting a larger volume, and yet still everybody's winning.
And Toyota, talk about them a little bit. They are expanding the Prius line. How much potential is in that?
They're really trying to bank off the Prius name. Prius is obviously the most popular hybrid vehicle in the world. It's just been named the best-selling vehicle in Japan, actually, for 2009, which was quite a feat. First time a hybrid vehicle has ever achieved such a thing. They're looking to take that Prius name and really capitalize it for North America and build on its popularity. We'll see a family of vehicles coming that are all basically labeled Prius, and we're looking forward to seeing that too.
All right, so it sounds to me like the industry is really shifting toward the small car, but what are the alternatives? Is there anything new for the large car, for the trucks, for the, stroller hauling, sports gear dragging parents out there who need all the extra space?
There's new crossovers that are coming, but we haven't seen them here. Chrysler will have the new Jeep Grand Cherokee coming out later this year. Ford will have a new Explorer coming out later this year. They're both more crossover than SUV, so they're kind of jumping on the crossover bandwagon, but those aren't here. Those are coming later on in the year with a couple of the auto shows, maybe New York or Chicago, so we have yet to see the people haulers yet. This show seems to be more about the passenger cars.
And we've got a little extra time. Curious for your opinion on Saab. GM, of course, saying it would accept a very good bid, i.e. more money than it would cost to shut the unit down. How is this one going to unwind, if it does at all, or how will it sort out?
Yeah, it's really difficult, frankly, for GM to find a buyer for Saab because there really aren't many people out there that could do much with Saab. Saab's volumes have fallen so dramatically over the years. They only sold a few thousand cars in the United States last year. That's really a small amount, and it's almost a damaged brand. GM's really never done very much with it, never given it the kind of attention that it would need to make it successful and profitable, so it's really probably a better thing for GM to wind the brand down and have one less luxury competitor in the market to deal with.